Trump's border shutdown threat left them in limbo. A couple living on opposite sides of the border. A caretaker asked people living near the US-Mexico border how they feel these days, and you'll hear a common answer: most politicians don't understand what it's like to live here, or how a few words from Washington can send lives into turmoil. It's been more than a week since. 4 days, by Thursday, Trump at least for now. But for many border payers, what some of them have to say. When Sarah Chavez heard the border could be shut down, fear flashed through her mind. The 29-year, her parents need her to help take care of them. Her job can't be. Chavez says she's crossed the border almost every day for a decade. After this week's crossing the border is a regular part of Carlos Flores' life. He makes a weekly. Flores says he and many other Texas residents need to be able to head south of the border just to make ends meet. If not, he says U.S. citizens could be dealing with serious health consequences. He regularly fights with or without a shutdown. There's already a major change that's been affecting the border. Department of Home, 2 shipments of produce he was expecting this week didn't show up on time, Corral said. Trucks have been stuck. A border shutdown would likely force many U.S.-based small businesses like his to close, he says, but already the slowdowns are making things tougher. Gabriela Garcia, 32, is skeptical now that a border shutdown will ever happen. If it does, the more than 300 miles between Garcia and her girlfriend, Sarah McGonigal, 28, didn't stop them from falling in love last year. The couple, who, as McGonigal, a nanny, yoga instructor, and aspiring doula, was preparing for a fresh start in the border town with Garcia, they began hearing of Trump's intentions. Evelyn Ataide is a caretaker for a 98-year-old woman in El Paso, helping her bathe and dress and keeping her company. Her father lives in Ciudad Juarez, and lately, he's needed more help, too. So she's been. Ataide says her father is suffering from advanced kidney failure, diabetes, hypertension, and an enlarged heart.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.